All right, I guess we got everybody back. I don't think we're going to have any more interruptions. The tornadoes and things look like they moved on. But a while ago, they did say when we had to evacuate that there was a tornado right over the hotel. So they knew what they were doing. We either had too much energy at pulling it in, or maybe it was reflecting it and moving it away. One or the other. But it moved on, and just when we started to eat lunch on the news, the weather, it's right over where I live. So, moved on over the Huntsville. So, we don't know if any damage was done over there or not. I won't know till we get home, I guess. Anyway, let's hope we're not having any more. We've had just, 3 days in a row of really bad weather. We don't need any more. I'm still trying to get our speakers in here. We have 3 more that haven't been able to get here yet. Yesterday, Dallas Airport was completely shut down all day, no flights going in or out. So we have 3 that are still trying to get here. Well, the powers that be will find out. Okay, our next speaker is Michael Dennis. And he's kind of here by a fluke, I guess you would say. Okay. Things happen when they're supposed to happen. But Michael is I guess you would say professional psychic, isn't that what it is? Okay. Certifiedly crazy or what?
All the above.
Okay. But he has appeared on Fox and CBS and Jerry Springer, done a whole lot of television with this psychic work. He's been doing this, since the 80s?
Yes, 86.
Okay.
This is my 10th year full-time. After teaching high school French.
Oh, okay.
Encore.
But I came across Michael because we're going to publish his book. And usually I don't have speakers come until their books are published so we can sell the books. But with Michael's case, we had a cancellation and we had to fill it, and I just signed him on a contract. The book's not going to come out to 2010. That's how far ahead we are booking the book releases. And so we were talking about this, and I said, you're used to doing this. Would you come and be a speaker and do your thing? So he agreed to do it. But the book will be out in 2010. It's called Morning Coffee with God. And it's humorous, but it's a different slant altogether. So maybe next year you can come back and we'll have the book here then. So we're kind of putting a cart before the horse. So today, anyway, he's going to do, you said you can receive messages from the audience's spirit guides.
Yes.
And he'd be able to give messages to people here. You do channel, but this is you're not going to channel entities this time. You're going to channel the guides or whatever comes through.
Whoever, as long as they're in the white light.
Okay, so it'd be interesting. We don't know what's going to happen. So let's just go with it and find out. Are you going to do any talking first, or how do you do it?
First, I just want to thank you for being here. It's an honor, even though I won't be here for the channeling. I do my public channeling all from trance. And I do know one angelic being has asked to come in, and we will bounce around because there's a lot of you here. Obviously, we can't read everybody, but we'll do the best we can. I always like to lighten up the vibration first. We're going to sing an old-time little song, one verse, This Little Light of Mine, then my eyes go closed, and then we have fun. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Hide it under a bushel, no, I'm gonna let it shine. Hide it under a bushel, no, I'm gonna let it shine. Hide it under a bushel, no, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. this little light of mine. I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine.
Good gracious, everybody, that light's so bright the tornado done went up to Oz and back. Hi, everybody, this is White Tulip, and I'm one of Michael's spirit guides, and you got so many lined up wanting, and I don't know who to put first, but you know, since these spirits are dead, some of them are kind of deadbeats, and just because they're dumb, that doesn't mean they're smart. I want to thank you for hanging in there, and you know, they say the answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind, so there you go. You had a vortex of protective fairies and sprites, and they were helping you, and you had some crystal grounders beneath the actual earth in the Arkansas area who was actually neutralizing the air, and they moved it hence in another direction. Notice my voice will begin to change because there's a lot of energies and entities wanting to come in, but I think before we get into the silly, not so silly, but response to your queries, questions, messages, we do have an angelic sister that wishes to come and pay a few words. Now, would you like to hear her now or later? Because she woke me up at 4 o'clock this morning, and I said, what are you doing the deal? It's 3 o'clock's the wishing hour. I'm supposed to go back to sleep. She said, get over it. I said, well, you're the boss. I guess I will. Women like to tell people what to do. And I said, okay, there it is. So anyway, I felt this rose quartz energy bubble me in a case. And I heard certain words. Greetings. Greetings, my dear little ones. We used to greet the morning sun and the fresh breath of dawn at each new day. In those days, the lights of your higher crown chakras was very brilliant, and you radiated with illuminated brilliance that some of you have forgotten, lest you behold the wondrous sunshine or the scintillating diamonds from your rings. This is time you are moving into a light era. And I wish to give thanks for all that has been done in this particular belt of the country. For in these beautiful Ozark mountains, there is much purity, and there is much love, and there is much simplicity. You have known me in days gone by in Alexandria and Egypt, in schools of Isis, where we learned the mysteries and the ancient honoring of the goddess, and our powers were invincible, and we roared like lions. And I just wish to greet you and thank you for coming again upon this platform, and remind you, please take advantage of the cornucopia feast that is available to you via these wonderful, wonderful books from Ozark Mountain Publishing. The power of the Magdalene is breathtaking as the secrets are revealed through the marvelous regressions. It is time to awaken, remember who you are, and shine on, shine on. I am the Magdala, Mary Magdala, and I bless you each. And before I bid my farewell, I would say, please look to the person next to you and give them the crossing of the hands, and look into their eyes and give the blessing of Namaste. I salute the inner light within you. Namaste, my brother, my sister. I salute the inner light within you. And I take my leave, and Blessed Mother and Blessed Sananda, Yeshua ben Joseph, gives you all a hearty hug. For all you need is love. Namaste. Well, what's all that emotional stuff about? I have to cry and I'm a spirit, for God's sakes. But she does love you, and she wants you to remember who that you are. Many doors are opening and awakening. I'm going to kind of speak in generics. I'll work in different ways because some of your guides want to come through as well. But I was sensing someone who's wanting to shut the door on somebody. And I hear the old song, hit the road, Jack, and don't come back. Somebody feels stuck in a rut. I feel it's a female and you need to slam the door quite hard. So if that's you over there, I'll give you the hammer. Don't be afraid to make choices that will lead to new openings and new beginnings. Someone else is going to school. I've got a J sound. Do we have a Janice or Jack? Julie? No J's? Julia, who's that? No, I'm hearing Julia. Julia, how's the love life? What love life? Oh. Well, are you really ready, or are you just contemplating, or maybe someday when the cows come home? You have a precious little angel called Silver Star, and she says, Mommy, I'm counting the days. She says, you're a workaholic. Well, if you don't work, do you eat? She says, things are going to lighten up for you. And what are you doing with books? A bookworm, well, I guess book parties, bookworm, it's all got its place, does it not? You also are a talented writer, too. Okay, William and Bill, who's that? No dead ones? My father. Well, he's waving like a train. He's like, hi, Daddy. You've been thinking about him, haven't you? Yeah. Oh, he says, I miss you, baby. My mother's here, too. I know she is, and she says, you're getting stranger every day. She says, well, it doesn't matter. We pick them up on both. No, I'm working with the vibration of at the point. It doesn't he's in spirit, right? Yeah, well, he's dead. God bless him. But he's more alive than we are. So there you go. We have so little understanding down here. Where's your sense of humor, people? We're all going to croak, for crying out loud, right? What is this? Some writer said, people, frogs croak, people die. Well, you die, you make a marvelous transition to where do you go? You go to a higher plane of consciousness where you have earned the right. But he's waving and he's glad to talk to you. Who made someone cry? I see tears. Did one of you girls cry last night? Well, get ready for it. It's coming. It's not a tragic kind of thing. It's just, tears of joy, tears of sorrow, correct? And it's time to move on. It's time to move on. You also have pets in the heavenly skies, and they also do what they need to do. And who is out there saying, for God's sakes, would you shut up and come to me? Be brave. I hear the vibration. You won't even own up to it? Well then, okay, who wants a message? Is there really someone who sincerely wants a message? What's your name? Ruth, well, you're so demanding. The Pope's walking in line and doing his Hail Marys. Oh, Ruth, you're the one that the channel read, aren't you? Oh, yes, you, Ruth. Ruth is a sacred name. You go back in the Magdalene time, you're well. Why are you holding back your skills and your talents? Well, what can we do for her, folks? Doubting Thomases, what do we do with them? Just love them, right? That's all right. That's because you had a lot of power in many lifetimes, and you got pushed over a cliff in one time. I guess you took your cliff notes or your cliffhanger. I don't know. But do you have a thing about heights, or do you just love it now? Okay, well then how about the depths of your soul? There are answers that are waiting. There is a story you need to tell, dear. Well, tell us. What's the first sentence? Shove it and then get lost, food. Bud. You have a wonderful sense of humor. It serves you very well. You have a little spirit angel called Crimson Rose, and she says your heart will be fluttering even more than you might imagine. You have a heart of gold, and you miss you miss love, don't you? There's a little place there. Well, let's get the shovel out and pick it up so it gets bigger. Okay, you've got a cat around you too that's blowing you a big kiss. Yes. Yes, and it's coming back sooner than you think. Well, don't you ready for it? Meow! 3? Well, 3 is charms. How about 4 is, some is bad, more, some is good, more is better. Well, it's going to be strange. Well, that figures. Okay, have I got a T, a Thomas, Terry, whatever? Tony? Tony, what's your month and day of birth, dear? 325. Boy, you're a convoluted, complicated, complex mess, aren't you? That's Aries. Yes, but you are 7, and the 7 is a mystical number. It's a very powerful number. You have some choices to make, dear. Are you ready to follow the next step of your dream? I hear it. You have such a beautiful accent. You know, the channel was honored to sit with the beautiful Helen Reddy last night at the wonderful luncheon, the dinner that Dolores gave. And Helen talked about a beautiful thing she had learned from You Can Heal Your Life. How many of you have read You Can Heal Your Life, Louise Hay? Say, yay! How many of you did the work? Yay! How many of you said, someday I'll do the work? Yay! Someone said, the heck with that, never on my life. But anyway, she offered a wonderful exercise where you look into the mirror and you actually speak and you name your affirmation. How many of you work with affirmations? Yay! You understand them. They must be in the present tense, correct? If you put them in the past or the future, you nullify them. And that Louise Hay, of course, has a beautiful You Can Heal Your Life. And then Miss Reddy came up with, look in the mirror, and then you say, I love you, Helen. Let's all do that to say yourself, I love you, Michael. Let's say that. I love you. I love you. 3 times as charge. I love you. Now look at your neighbor and say, I love you. I love you. I love you. And then, ow! I'm feeling a strong Indian vibration here. Who's been sketching or I've got a wolf here. Has someone been sketching like little animals or got a T-shirt or something with a wolf? What? Tell me about that. Oh, and when did you wear your T-shirt? When did you wear your beautiful T-shirt? Oh, congratulations, everybody. Yes. Ooh, wow. And how many wonderful years has that been? 15. Wow. You might see the golden 50. The wolf spirits are very strong, and they get into your field of vibration with much love. And they say they're going to give you more assistance. I see more natural surroundings around you. And you have not 1, not 2, but you have 3 gray wolves. They're triplets. And they say we're going to keep you busy. You're a bit intuitive, you know that. You do know. You do know. Blessings to you, dear one. Now who would like a message? Just say, howdy do. Okay, over here. Give me your name, please. Me? Me, Doa Ray, me a name I call myself? How wonderful. Okay, what was your name, dear one? How beautiful. Where are you from? Puerto Rico. ¿Cómo estás? Adios, amigo. Calabaza. ¿Qué pasa, calabaza? Nada, nada, limonada. What a beautiful soul that you are. You're very spiritual, you know that. Santa Maria comes to you. You do your rosary. You do your rosary, praying, rezar. Es importante. You have some sueños, some dreams that are soon to come true. You've put it out there. You must have more faith. You believe that. You have a beautiful silver star. You're a silver person or more gold? Silver and gold, silver and gold, silver and gold. You know there's a lot of truth in fantasy and fairy tales, so-called, correct? Oh, who's riding the motorcycle, for crying out loud? Oh, I'm back to you again. Well, ride on, Evel Knievel. Let's turn the other way and hope he flies to the sky and greets whoever. Well, you're going to get on there with him and give him your loving support? Well, of course. Oh, where's your baby? You have children with him, correct? Well, why not? You want one? Oh, there's one that wants you, dear one. I would say 2 años de ahora, 2 years from now, okay? Can you handle that? All right, that was the past life. No, there's one up there. But you get to go away on a nice little trip to somewhere south, perhaps Puerto Rico or whatever. You're very strong, you know that, and your family misses you too. They do. Okay, who over here wants one? Who's she? Are you speaking for yourself or her? Well, let her speak for herself. Those asking you shall receive, the Master said. Oh, she's in the temple. Oh, is she here presently? You're here, you're there, you're everywhere. What is your name? Puddintain, ask me again, I'll knock you down. Oh, you're a trip. All right. Well, that's enough names for the Pope. Those Catholics have to have 5 names, don't they? Okay, dear, what is your month and day of birth, please?
March 16th, 1931.
Well, you've got a lot of living to do, as the saying goes. You're quite a little barrel of energy, aren't you? Well, the Pleiades, you've also got the Arcturians up there blowing your horns too. You sometimes meditate in the crystal caves. You're very deep, you know that. Yes. You have also witnessed the birth of star systems. And there are crystal children who will be coming into your vicinity via some of your relatives. You're very intuitive, you know that. You know they say dynamite comes in small packages, or things are not as they appear. Is that correct? You are a very ancient star child. You will be writing symbols of an ancient language. Do you ever hear these little numbers or tones or things? You're going to be, don't you scribble or dabble a little bit here and there? Well, what do you want, 2 eggs in your beer? That is the beginning. You have been a scroll master. You have been a Pleiadian task diplomat between, you actually spiraled around several constellations. You really are far out, aren't you?
I think I've been to more than one planet.
Well, we're talking several constellations, and I want you to ask Spirit. Saint Germain also comes into your vibration, and he says you have studied alchemy with him in the ancient schools during the medieval times of Merlin and Camelot. So you do believe in magic, don't you? Oh, for God's sakes, I need a drink. Yes, and you also know about the grids and the restructuring of the DNA structure. They're all moving the strands to the different vibrational frequency. And you know what they say, my dear friends, watch what you ask for, you certainly will get it. There are a lot of masters and there are a lot of star brothers and sisters and various other assorted beings who are not taking brother or sister, for they say we have crystallized into one light storming vibration, and we will come into your force field. And there are several here who are waiting.
Well, can I ask you
One question is always followed by 2. That'll be $3, please. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm just having a bit of humor, folks. You got to laugh, right? It is the best medicine. Look at your neighbor and just go, drop your tongue. All right, what is your question now that we're all higher than kites? I hear true as your toenails are what they are. Yes, dear, you have a lot of Indian vibrations, and the Cherokee also have connections with the Pleiadians. You know that. There you go. The Pleiadians love you very much, and they say, you've come a long way, and you certainly look very strange than what you did up here. So those of you who volunteered to go south of the border and wind up on Terra, some of the strange forms that you take, it's totally amazing to some of them. But you know what? It is an amazing time in your history. You are coming into 4th level ascension, and you are merging in multidimensional parallel universes. How many of you are actually aware of your past lives? Yay! How many were good? How many were bad? Did you receive enlightenment, or did you just drink yourself to lushness? Both. Who's that person? I like you. Give me your name, please. Kathy. And what is your... And where have you been in past lives, besides running the bordello? Oh, I know, and you had fun too. But you know what? You were a master priestess in Egypt, and you knew Tantra. And you were also a Persian princess, and you should be able to dance. Or move it or throw it around, as they would say. You're a very sweet, special soul, and keep that wonderful humor. And teeth in check. I don't know if you had your teeth checked. Are your teeth okay, darling? Okay, well, maybe just you're going to work tooth and nail for something. I don't know. You're a very old soul, too. Did you have a question? They're always around you. They say, we connect in oneness on many dimensions at any given point of time, for time does not exist. You're starting to feel them more. They're a conglomerate. Do you know they're actually able to interweave their vibrations and their frequencies because they are the great all that is condensing into matter? You folks are pretty deep. How many of you have read Convoluted Universe 1 by Dolores Cannon? Yay! Did you like it or did it scare the poots out of you? How many were so hungry they said, round 2, please? Yay! And how did that affect you? Somebody raise your hand. Tell me what you learned from book 2. Wow. Yes. Wow. How be- Yes. You also have teleported yourself, and you have these abilities on many. You have very strong dream journeys to these. You know you'll do another regression. And this may be for someone else. You have the ability to, how many of you have actually worked with mirror magic? Even mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest of them all? Well, there's a lot of humor in Disney, correct? There's something about when you actually look into the eye of the candle flame, you're able to move the energy, you're able to actually arouse and awaken the kundalini up through the upper chakras and into the crown chakra. And at that point, you can merge into oneness at the ability and the level that you're capable of. Many of you are doing this more and more. And this is why the energy here is so powerful. And we want to give thanks for having this beautiful conference and all these beautiful crystals. How many of you have been on the crystal digs here? Yay! Who has a crystal story to tell? There's a crystal star here. She's coming from an ancient, she's a Pleiadian goddess. She's an oversoul. She says, you've all been my blessed children. This is your crystal star. And when the crystal stars were broken and shattered into little pieces, which magnified minute pieces of consciousness, do you realize that some of you have actually come from the stars to the angelic, to the earthly realm? Do I sound like I need a drink? No. Inoriel. You're an angel. Spread your wings, child. I didn't say that blabber. Aquarians can go on forever, for God's sakes. But you have a beautiful, beautiful... This gentleman here, the eyes are closed. How are you doing? Oh, well, he's off. I'm feeling his vibration. He's about to zip off. Please don't cut the silver cord, for God's sakes. Oh, it's okay. He's a beautiful soul. His vibration is very pure. You know much, my dear ones, and it is absolutely... You're at the level of consciousness that a spirit guide is a metaphorical, symbolic representation of an aspect of your own soul. Does that make sense to you? Yes. And they tend to take a name that is comfortable for you or something that's representative. For example, there is a chief golden sun. And you know who he likes? He likes Dolores Cannon. Shall we bring him through? Okay. Dolores, is that permissible? Well, she didn't answer, so I guess we will. If she left the room, we'll pass the word on. God bless her. He comes in a golden raiment, and he says, Ho! Many greetings from the riders on the beams. Thank you, my little one, for we have sailed on golden seas and transmuted light patterns and forms, and you have but yet begun to reach the levels of depth and pure knowledge that you so seek. You have so many connections, and you have done so much, and we thank you very much. The cat people of Sirius and the parallel realms thank you, and they say, you ain't seen nothing yet. but because of the golden radiance of the sun and all of the implications as a means to actually reach the all that is. Through the actual sun contacts and your ability to draw the energy in from the sun. How many of you are aware of the power of the moon energy? Why do they think they call you Looney Tunes? And they say lunar, or they say luna in Espanol. Si, señorita? Lunes, martes, miércoles, voila. So the lunar, that's the negative connotations. And again, that has happened to Mary Magdalene is fluttering. She's saying, there they go at it once more. But what are we doing, my little ones? We are coming into balance. How many of you feel that you're pretty much getting there with your left and your right brain, your masculine and your feminine? Any hands going up? Yay, any nays? Are any of you having inner fights with your male and your creativity and your logic and your intuition? You've got to have the structure. If you don't have the structure, as is so wondrously pointed out in some of the wonderful books, you go crazy. The channel here had a recent experience where there was some healing strand work done on the helix genetic strand structures in the actual etheric bodies. And he actually thought God was beholding his eyes through that creature. Is this possible? Can divinity behold through mortality? When you open those higher chakras and those energies, it's very important to be what? Very balanced. Have any of you ever felt you were flipping out? Who said yes first? Tell us quickly what happened, because when you draw those energies in, when you awaken the higher chakras and you start to maneuver the kundalini through breath, through hypnosis, there are many, many ways of sound and, even, again, looking through the... How many of you have worked with candle magic? Yes, how was it? I know I'm babbling. We're wanting to work the audience. Is this okay? Because we'll get you a chance. We don't know tick, tick. We got 3 seconds or 10 years. There's no time where I am, so who gives a hoot, right? But we know that Joy will say ding dong when the time is up. So you with the candle, how was it? Yes.
And it immediately happened, and then I witnessed the most brilliant God on fire. By the time I went outside to see it, it was red-orange, and then I had other concerns in other areas. I saw the place sky, and it lit.
You do so much, dear one. If you had lit 6 candles, I'm afraid the whole city would have ascended. So there you go. On the 6th day we worked, and on the 7th day God us all that is rested and said, please give me a drink. That's actually very beautiful. And there were others of you who were holding the energy, weren't you? This place is very blessed and very sacred. It was not meant. Who else would like a message? Who hasn't had one, please? And your name? Pat, well, where's it at?
Right here.
I guess so. All right. If you got it, flaunt it. If you don't, pray for it. What is your month and day of birth, please?
What is my what?
Month and day of birth.
Oh, August 19th.
Ah, you're an old soul. This is your time to make things happen. Things are starting to happen. I see the inner child laughing. You got rid of the clutter around you, the baggage? Well, get over it. Do it. Oh, dear. Do you know what they say? And, of course, I'm accessing the clairvoyance, whatever. He came up, those of you who are... Some of you are very good with... How many writers we got? Yay! Yay! How many? 1, 2, 3, 4. Wow. Somebody's just getting a book about to be published, correct? And who? We're back to you? Well, we must be psychic, dear. There we go. Tell us the name of this beautiful book.
The Indigo Grandmother, Communication and Undergeneration.
How's your grammar?
My
Grammar, well, her too, and your editing and all the little bit tweakings.
I was an 8th grade English teacher.
Well, how wonderful. And it's going to be published, dear one. But there's a little bit more to be added to this. You also have the ability to read clairvoyantly. And you're going to be expanded even more. And Saint-Germain, Le Comte de Saint-Germain blows you a kiss. You're very playful. Your mind never stops. That's a good thing. All right, who else has not had a message? Way in the back. Is he sleeping? Do I hear him snoring? All right, go ahead, dear one. The one that said, please, I'd like a message, please. Me, what is your name, dear? Heather. Oh, Heather, what's your month and day of birth? Well, what are you waiting on? You need to get with it. You've got a beautiful Pegasus with golden wings. And he says, I want to take you to places and show you things, but you hesitate, don't you? You've probably got a fair amount of Virgo on that chart. Sometimes, dear one, you just have to get off your duff and do it. How many of you are actually doing what you feel your heart says? The heart and the mind. I'm not neutralizing your message, dear one. I do understand that. But there comes a point when your higher self is wanting you to move ahead. You know, hesitation and fear is okay, right? The only difference between a hero and a warrior and a coward is what? Oh, you go, action, action, give me some action. Correct. The warrior and the hero goes in spite of fear, right? And they, Don Quixote, they dream, they dare to dream that impossible dream. Action is a very beautiful, profound word. It's very, very powerful. So please, little ones, go forth, be brave, be daring, be bold, and be willing to go where no one has gone before. Sounds like Star Trek, doesn't it, for God's sakes? All right, anyone else like a message? Oh my goodness, well you'll just have to get a reading. We'll sign you up till the end of time, since time does not exist, does it? Isn't that interesting in your linear, suspension of personalities and sub-personalities? I'm not ignoring you, we're just diverting here a little bit. I just want to remind you of all these beautiful inner children and all these beautiful aspects of your... How many of you have read the Seth books? Oh my goodness, schizophrenia beats dining alone. You've got all these bits and people and it's wonderful. Okay, dear one, I'm sorry, what was your question? Oh, I'm sorry, Yes. Yes, go ahead, I'm sorry. We're trying to do as many as we can. Elizabeth. Say that again. And your month and day of birth, please. Wow, you're right on that Gemini Taurus cusp. Oh, I love it too. You're about to jump right off the roof and fly. You have a chief soaring eagle. Oh, Mamma Mia! You ain't seen nothing yet. I take you to places. We go through strands of time, and in life past you'll be my squall, and we ride on beautiful Appaloosa, and you have nature's trail and nothing on but smile and beautiful sky clad. You're finally getting it in your head where things can go, possibilities, aren't you? I feel your vibrations, and you need to pay homage to the little people, dear one. They're all dancing around you, for they say you have made some choices that are going to impact the one and impact the many. You have a lot to offer. You could write your own book, can't you? And you may have begun it. You are keeping... Yeah, I must be psychic. Yes, yes. You are beautiful, talented people, and again, we all give thanks to this wonderful center, and there's going to be more and more openings, and it's all beautiful. Someone else who has not had a message, who would like one? And your name, please. Say it again. Okay, did we dump Heather? Heather, we'll get back to you. Sheila, all these H's, and your month and day, Sheila. 12/24, Christmas Eve, baby. Wow, all those presents in one round, huh? All right, and your month and day of birth. Oh, you said that, I'm sorry. And Sheila, what's your question? You wonder about things. Doors are starting to open, aren't they? You're reaching out, you're extending yourself. There's been some disappointment around you, hasn't there? Oh, dear one, what can we do to make you feel better? Let's all give her love. 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 You know, as Gabron said, where joy is at the head of your foot, sorrow is at the breadboard, correct? How many have read The Beautiful Prophet? It's a beautiful book. You can't know one without the other. So, dear Sheila, you know that the tears of sadness will become the tears of joy, will they not? And there will be the love that you seek in your heart. And your little kitty cat spirit blows you a little sweet meow meow kiss. What a strange name it has. I don't even hear it. All right, Heather, did we come to you? Okay. Anyone else? Who would? Okay, I would. Oh, let's go to I would, and then whoever's loudmouth over here. Okay, dear one, your name? Cheryl. Cheryl. C-H. Okay, and the month and day of birth? Well, you're a little emotional basket case. How do you deal with all that emotion? Oh, but you love it, don't you? You create June the 27th. Yeah, you're very sensitive. What is your question? Money's coming. How are you doing with your money, honey?
Very well.
Ooh, baby. Come on, people. Can you take out loans? And what's your interest percentage? Anybody need some money? Oh, you don't give them out either, huh? You're on the right track, dear. How are your meditations coming?
I don't really do them anymore.
You quit?
A long time ago.
Well, they're going to take...
Thinking about getting
Well, why do you think we're reminding you? Get off your duff and do it. It's just, no, with humor aside, dear one, your guides are wanting to take you to the next level. How many of you are ready for the next level? Say, yay! Say, I am ready. I am ready. I am ready. I am ready. Now look at your neighbor and say, you are ready. You are ready. You are ready. Now last but not least, stand up and say, bring it on. Bring it on. Bring it on. Woo. Beam me up. Woo. Sorry, dear, I couldn't. All the laughter over here. Laughter is indeed the best medicine. I want to see you all in dreams tonight, and I know we're going to have a marvelous time, no matter how many cocktails you may or may not have. Okay, with that said, dear one, what was your question? Rocio, how beautiful. Your mind is restless. You want to light 6 candles, 2 red, 2 white, 2 in honor of the root chakra, the passion and the energy. The green is the heart chakra and the balance, and the white is the pure lotus blossom of your higher self. You have been a woman of tremendous power in many lives past. And the torch, as they would say, some of you have been burned in so many lifetimes, it's like, do you want to be rare, medium, or well done? That is because on the higher level, do you realize that Joan of Arc, she got way out of there before she started becoming well done? You must be ready, dear one. They say, sometimes, when you ask for something, it's the ego talking. How many of you realize that sometimes you think it's the higher self, but it's the ego, So, dear one, your wish is going to be granted. Spirit says we must integrate some more energies. Work with your candle magic, breathe in the colors through your... I want to encourage you to get a chakra meditation CD. And this will help you. You've had many lifetimes as a priestess and a warrioress, and you have leopard and jaguar on both sides of you. Your guides say, we will kick booty, dear, but we don't want you to burn out. You've got an impatient side, for God's sakes, get over it. All right, anyone else? Laura Lee, Laura. You're so dreamy. Where's your dream? Come to me, Valley High. You've forgotten how to dream? Really? Did you? Well, Valley High is the place of your hopes and dreams. You're a prince and a princess in ancient Lemuria. And you've been on the Emerald Isles of Glastonbury, and the Magdalene blows you a kiss and says, my little ones, please drink from the chalice and the mysteries of all that is. You know so very much. How are we doing on time, dear ones? We don't want to overdo it. 10 minutes. What can we do in 10 minutes? Come on, baby, and light my fire. Valley High is a very spiritual, profound song. Could you not feel the vibration? It's your own place of endings and beginnings and remembrances for over in those beautiful Polynesian worlds and that type of thing. So we've got 10 minutes minus 30 seconds, whatever. Is there anyone else who has a in the back? Come in the back. Let's do some quick ones now. Let's do some quickies. Okay, back. Let's hear one. Catherine, yes. Month and day of birth. Oh my God, you tell the Pope what to do. You're so picky. Okay, and your question. Ah, he's always nearby. Very close. Sad but no sad no more. Peace of heart and joy. Don't you feel the peace now? You got the joy, 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 joy down in your heart. Where? Okay, another one in the back. Anyone else? The one in the black back there. Black, that rhymes. Slapjack. Yes, by the camera, please. Gertrude. Who are the beings that have visited the property and you have invited them? I do not see them staying. You feel totally comforting in their presence. They're watchers. They're observing you. You will give them something that they're looking for. It's a gift. And then they will move on. But you're opening up your higher centers. Are you staying grounded, dear one? Yes. You feel a lot of a home awakening stirrings with these, don't you, energies? These will come and they will go, and there will be other star clusters and brothers and sisters. You're a very ancient one. You're very ancient. You must look to the stars in hopes. Please read those beautiful convoluted universe books so you can reconnect with your star family. Have you read them? Read them again. These are not the books that you read once, people. You read them every day. There's a sadness in your heart. There's going to be joy. There's a light. There has been some light taken you from some dark entities. It's going to be replaced. You feel a bit fragmented, don't you, at times? Yes. We all send you love, dear ones, for they're not going to take you out. It is not your destiny to be a feast for the little wandering. You know, all the entities are not of the light. But you have guardians and protectors who are going to come in and they're going to, whatever little thing they would want. It's an energy type. It's something from you. But they say we do protect you, okay? Can you take faith in that? Please, please call out to your higher self and the great white light and the ascended beings. And you have some wonderful giants, and you have some inner beings in the centers of the earth. Call upon the giant crystal makers, and they will help you. For you have been you have been a crystal singer. Much love to you, dear one. Success is coming your way. Do not let fear overwhelm you or dampen your spirit. Anyone else? We have 2 minutes left. Kathleen, yes. What is your question, dear? It's right for now. Don't you feel the excitement? But it will lead into something else. You're very, very sensitive. You can read for yourself, dear one. You have your little cards or your little whatever. Get an object of divination and ask your guide to give you a feeling in the solar plexus. I would say you feel more yes than no on this project. Is that not correct? I feel good with it. Everybody, let's give her permission. Go, 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 go. Bless you, bless you, bless you, bless you, bless you, bless you, bless you. Okay, are we through or do we? Kim? I can't hear both of you at once. Okay, what is your question, dear? He's truly resting in peace. He kind of had a bumpy way to go. It's a little bit intense. There's a tear on his face. Are you doing better with the sadness? He misses you very much. And he says you will weep. Your grieving has made progress. Have you written down some of your memories? He wants you to write your memories, dear one. You must tell what a beautiful story you had. You must not hold him into the doubt and in the bubble. You're hanging on a bit. And yet, your love is so much bigger than your fear and your tears. He says, I made that choice. I am in a better place. Please cry more tears of joy, and I will help you through this. I will come to you in nighttime. I will come to you in daytime. And I will come, and I will feel, I will blow rustling wind and you will feel me even more. Don't you feel my presence sometimes? You want this for a gift, don't you? He says, your grief, sweet one, is blocking my passage. It is. You're meeting on the higher planes, but he wants to give you a physical type of demonstration. So look through the happy memories and pictures and try to write a poem. You're still very sad, and this is very natural. It must follow its course. As beloved Hilarion says, you must heal through the emotional body. You can't just jump to the light form, hyper speed. The emotion in the heart must be dealt with. And this is why your tears are wonderful. We honor that, do we not? Namaste. We salute the inner light within you. Okay, do we have more time? Okay, well, God bless. How have we pretty well gotten a lot of messages in? Because it's hard when you're jumping around and, as we are doing. But we really, okay, who was this person? Go ahead. Sheila, I thought we just read a Sheila. Oh, you're number 2. I like you. 5'2", eyes of blue. Oh, what Sheila she can do if she would only get it going. Wonderful. Oh, forget the suppose. Put it in the present tense. Get on with it. Yes. And you have help from the other side. And you need to hold your hands in meditation and greet your soul star. Are you calling in your angel self? Good. Keep doing that, because you have some little thought forms and some little doubting that, gets in your way. You're intense. Good God. You must be a Scorpio or something. Yes, it's a good thing. This needs to be written. Remember, folks, it's in the moment. The healing is in the now. Don't worry about, will it be famous, will it be published, will it be this. If that's meant to be, que sera, is it not? Just let it come forth from you, and as you give, then so more comes, does it not? Anyone else? That's the remaining time we have.
Virginia back there. There she is.
Who?
Virginia.
Virginia. Wonderful. What's your question? What is your life purpose? To live and fully live and stop worrying about everything. You're a kid in this lifetime. You're not going to ever grow up, are you? Well, it's that innocence, it's that playfulness. There is no life purpose. Your life purpose is to be here now. You're content, are you not? Some doors are going to open, some doors of opportunity. I'm seeing a book you're reading a new book that's attracted your interest. You're going to find one. And you have a beloved silver wing. She says, get some silver, dear one. You're very sensitive, are you not? Yes, you are. You've also painted in a past life. How are you with colors? Arranging colors. You're very colorful. Your life purpose will make itself more revealed to you in the days to come. You've had so many lifetimes where you were so extravagantly busy that you literally drove yourself whatever. So it's okay. This we would have to get in. It's a little bit, we can't say this in 2 minutes. You understand? We could get into this in perhaps a private session or whatever as we do a little bit of meditation praying. But just for now, it's what we've said we hope gives you a bit of comfort. Anyone else? Susie. One more. Okay, Susie, month and day of birth. 12/9. You're a hot mama salsa, Lord Jesus. Okay, and your question? Where have you not been is more like it. You have been in India. You have been in Tibet. You meditate, do you not? You don't? You're going to come more into the spiritual healing arts. This is not a life for you to be too drab, because you've had all the balances. You've been in the East, and you've been in Egypt as well. You're very smart. Do you realize that? Well, your mind is very, very active. Spirit says there's more to come. There's more to come. Your lives will be shown to you. I could see you getting a regression. There are different ones. Have you considered getting one? You're going to, dear one. Well, Dolores, you got another candidate. Sign up for next year. Okay, it's been wonderful. I want you to step up and hug your neighbor and say, I love you, 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 I love you.